we will invite up our next guest, the wonderfully talented and very good friend of mine, Irina Catalini, who directs social policy at the WA Council of Social Services. Please welcome Irina.
Thanks, it's great to be here and to have the opportunity. So thanks to Scott for, and the Australian Greens for creating the committee opportunity for us to hopefully get a carbon price in Australia. As Scott said, I'm from the WA Council of Social Service, and our national peak body, the Australian Council of Social Service, is part of the Southern Cross Climate Coalition, which is working together with the Australian Council of Trade Unions and the Australian Conservation Foundation, together with the Climate Institute, lobbying for a price on carbon. I guess it's, for some people in the social services sector, it's a bit of an unusual space for us to be in, but we're acutely aware that the most vulnerable, low-income and disadvantaged people, not just here in Western Australia and Australia, but around the world, are the most vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. So we're involved in this policy space because we don't want to see vulnerable and disadvantaged people living in poverty, used as a wedge politically to prevent action on climate change or to prevent a price on carbon. We saw some of that happening in the recent election in Victoria, and no one's more aware than us of the impacts that people who are struggling to keep up with the cost of living and rising utility bills is having on people who are financially struggling. We're certainly aware of that, and we're doing a lot of work to try and counteract those impacts. But it's not a good reason not to act on climate change, because we know that climate change is going to have its own set of nasty impacts on those vulnerable people. So we shouldn't be asked to choose between affordability of essential services and action on climate change. And that's why WACOSS is committed to seeing good action in this space, and why it's a great opportunity to be here for us this evening, and happy to answer any questions about how we can support this initiative. So thank you.